Let's get started and load our books up to Kobo. Now, before you are able to load your books up to Kobo, you'll need to be sure to sign up for a Kobo Writing Life account. So once you've gone and you've handled that bit of business, come back and join me. And you'll come first to your dashboard. But once you've taken a look around your dashboard, I want you to click on the button for ebooks. And this is where you'll go to create yourself a new book. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to click the button to create a new book. And Kobo allows us to publish in 4 steps. The first step is we're going to describe our book using our metadata. Then we'll add our ebook content, our book file. We'll choose the content rights. We'll set the price. And then we'll be ready to upload and have our books available for sale on Kobo. So the first step, under Describe the ebook, I'm going to give it its title, and I'm still working on the Moonrise series. The next question it'll ask you about is the subtitle. Again, I work mainly in fiction, even though I love to teach you guys all about what I know about book publishing and script writing. But if I were to have a subtitle, I would add it here. I will note that if you add a subtitle to your fiction title, for example, if I added that this was a part of a series known as the Moonkind series, if I wrote it in here under subtitle, Kobo would add it to the Moonrise title in parentheses. I don't like that, so I don't choose to to label my series that way. I do want readers to know that this is a series, so I will type in the Moonkind series, and for each subsequent book that comes after that, I'll do this. But if you remember from my previous lectures, I like for my readers to have various entry points into my series. So when the second book comes out, if they read that first, that's not a problem. They can always come back and read Moonrise, or if they start with the third book, they can come back and read them all and still have a very enjoyable reading experience. That's my publishing philosophy, and it does not have to be yours. If that is your publishing philosophy, you'll go ahead and you can enter your subtitle. You can even enter a number, or you can enter the volume number. Again, if you're in fiction, you can enter that volume number here as this would be book 1 and the next would be book 2, and so forth and so on. The next category we'll come to is to enter your pen name. And because I'm a frequent flyer with Kobo, mine is already there, as is my publisher's name. Heartspell does not have imprints. An imprint is very similar to, is exactly what Harlequin, for example, has. So Harlequin has Silhouette, they have Harlequin Desire or Harlequin Blaze to further differentiate the categories of books that you're going to be reading. If you go into a Silhouette or if you go into a Blaze, you know what you're going to be getting. We don't do that at Heartspell, so I'm going to skip over that. And yes, this is my first time publishing this book, so I'll leave the default check to yes. Then Kobo will ask me about my ISBN numbers. Remember, ISBN numbers are a choice. They are no longer a requirement to do e-publishing. I have chosen to do ISBN numbers for this particular book series, but in other book series, I don't use ISBNs. It depends on what my publishing goals are. So I'm going to grab from my metadata cheat sheet, I'm going to grab my ISBN number, which is the ISBN number that I use for my ebook. And please note that I use the same ebook ISBN on Amazon, on Nook, everywhere. But where I differentiate is where I do my print ISBN number. Different formats of your book are going to require different ISBN numbers if you so choose. So if I did an audiobook, that would get a third ISBN number. The language that I wrote my book is in English, so I will leave that selected there. But if you have done something different, you can make a different choice there. And this book is not a part of the public domain because I wrote it with my blood, my sweat, and my tears. I'm going to come back to my metadata, and I'm going to grab the information for, sorry, I may have skipped over that a little too quickly, but I'm on the synopsis part where my book blurb is going to go. So I'm going to come to my metadata, and I'm going to grab it. If you're taking a look at the way that I have written my metadata and you're interested in that and you want to learn some more, look down in the lecture notes. I've put a quick some references down there as to how I came up with this system. It's a marriage of two systems that I really enjoy. The first is an author named Libby Hawker. She has a YouTube video where she walks you through the 5 steps that she uses to write book blurbs, and I really enjoy the way that she does that. So I use her method, but I also use advice from Brian Cohen. He created a cheat sheet, and I've provided that information in that lecture notes down at the bottom as well. He works a lot with sales copy, and I really liked his thoughts on having a sales pitch and always having your tagline. I liked those ideas, so I stole them and I merged them together with Libby, and that's how I write my my blurbs. So I've got my synopsis, and Kobo, if you saw me clicking away, they have formatting tools up here, so you don't have to remember how to do the HTML. You can just use their formatting buttons, which are very reminiscent of Microsoft Word. So all that looks fantastic. I'm going to come up, and now I'm going to upload my cover. And I'm going to grab the high res and see if it gives me a problem. It shouldn't, but it might. I bet it's there. It says it's not, but I bet it's there. So I'm going to keep going, and I've had that problem before with Kobo, and I'm going to trust that it's there. So talking faster than I'm clicking. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to select our categories, similar to what we did in Amazon and iTunes, or iBooks, excuse me, with the buy set categories. And the ones that I've chosen, you get 3 here on Kobo. I'm going to come into romance because I'm a romance writer. Moonrise is paranormal. I'm also going to put it in general. And I'm vacillating. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm kind of vacillating to see how I might do with science fiction and fantasy. It's not a perfect fit, but we'll see. I'm not 100% sure that that's going to work out, but I can always come back in and change it if that really does not work out for me. But those are my choices, and I'm going to stick by them until I don't stick by them anymore. And I'm going to go ahead and save that information. And yeah, if it hadn't have taken my cover, it would not have saved. So I'm going to say that my cover is nice and safely ensconced in this file. So fantastic. I'm on the second portion, and I'm going to add my ebook content. Kobo allows you to upload an EPUB, a doc, a MOBI, or what they call an ODT. I've actually never worked with ODT, so I can't really provide a whole bunch of information for you. I just know that it stands for Open Office Document. And as I may have mentioned before, I write in Scrivener. So I'm going to go and search for my file under platforms. Where are you? I'm not looking in the right place. There you are. And this is my EPUB. I'm going to grab that. I'm going to click upload. Kobo is going to think about it. And it looks like it's done. Fantastic. So my book is there. I can preview it if I want to, but I'm not gonna. Whoops, went too fast. And like I said, my cover is there. You can see it. And I finished with the add the book content information there. Kobo allows you to edit your book on its platform. I've never had the occasion to do that because I make it the exact way that I want it in Scrivener. So, but that's available to you if you so choose. This should look familiar to us. It's asking us about the DRM, the Digital Rights Management, and I stand by my choice not to bother with the headache of DRM. I leave it off. Then you have the option of geographical rights, and I want worldwide rights. I want everybody to have access to my book. But I don't know, if you have a gripe against Finland, and you don't want them to read your awesomeness, then you can come in here and you can check that off. I'm going to leave that alone. So I'm happy with that. And I will save and continue, or I could have just clicked on set the price. So here we are at the fun part, the money part. So this book, I've already set that it's going to be $2.99. And then I recommend that you guys go in and you finesse each of these price points. So for Australia, I'm going to do $4.99. For Canada, I'm going to make sure it's nice and pretty at $3.99. Same thing with the euro. Make it 99. With the pound, kind of feel bad because at the time of recording, Brexit just happened, but I'm going to still make it all nice and pretty at 99. And same with just about everybody here. I have not yet sold in China, but you're going to hit the 99 as well. So now everybody is looking all nice and neat. Let me also point out that with Kobo, you get a 70% royalty if your pricing point is anywhere between $1.99 and $12.99 at the time of this recording. Otherwise, you're going to get a 45% royalty. So all of that looks fantastic. I'm going to save and continue. Everything is in there. Everything looks fantastic. I want this book to be published on the 2nd, and Kobo will allow me to do a pre-order. That's checked right there. I can go ahead and click publish this book. It should take just a quick second, and Kobo is ready to take it and rock and roll with it and put it up on Kobo Writing Life so that all its millions of readers will have access to my book, and hopefully I will make a killing on sales, as will you. Thanks for listening, guys. I will see you in the next lesson.